What's up folks, hope you're having a good day as usual. We just finished our weeklies and this is going to be another one of those reflection videos, critique and commentary. The last one was for E5, in which we got a high purple on. And this one is going to be for E6, which I got a high purple on and beat my personal best. So that's pretty cool. What's funny about this came out at about 91 to 93 for rDPS and ADPS. I'll put them up on the screen so you can see. I did a lot wrong in this video. I did a lot wrong. I tried some different stuff and it did not work very well. Part of the reason why it's so high in the purple is that I get an inner release at the end. But no, certainly. Look, right, let's reflect. So I take the damage here. With cooldowns, you know, you've been able to do that for weeks. That keeps up time there, which is pretty cool. The start of the fight isn't too bad. The main issue I had on this fight was my inner releases. My inner releases were quite bad. So certainly, I think I am close to getting orange if I can optimize better there. I still don't have BIS. I'm still using the 500 weapon, so that takes into accountability too. And the fact we don't have, we only have a 4% bonus, not 5% bonus. So yeah, pull the boss forward there so you can stay on the edges. This is the first bit where stuff goes wrong, I think.
I'm gonna try something because I keep losing my.
So here I try to try something. I try to get my inner release as soon as it comes off cooldown. But I've never done it before on this class, so it turns into this scuffed sort of movement. Look here. So I'm like, I need my inner release, it's taking too long, So I kind of run in, sacrifice my GCD, and because of that, this was horrible. So I only get 4 fell cleaves, so I struggled there. Usually I've waited and then I've gone back in, but I am trying to get my inner releases as soon as possible, so that it can line up with devotion, which is the main buff of my group. So that's where the first thing went wrong. I need to practice the movement there. I need to have a proper look at what some of the higher ranked tanks do there. All of this stuff here is just standard, so standard stuff here.
What's the timer on your devotion, by the way? How many?
Yeah, into I. If you haven't already, check out last video, which was that was bad. That was really bad. I fell cleaved out of I. I don't know why I did that. Here, I'm quite happy with this bit here. So, not too much delay on the GCD rolling. Using onslaught to obviously track Ifrit. I'm fine with that bit. The bit before that was pretty bad. Losing the eye. Again, I didn't use upheaval. I played a bit. I was very surprised it got that high in purple when looking back at this. I was kind of in just clear it mode once I failed on that thing, so I've got 2 Vun stacks, which isn't really helping my healers. And this is fine, right? This is fine to point out all these mistakes, because then we can identify them and work on them. So again, saving onslaught for tracking Ifrit. Boom, track him, carry on. I missed the eye there because I didn't do it fast enough, so I've got to be careful on that. But yeah, make sure you check out, if you want to check out last video where I got a bunch of artist commissions and we had a look and chat at them. And check out E6S reflection as well. So I'll try and do reflection for most of these fights. I only really do them if I get a new pass. So yeah, 2 Vun stacks, not the best, but it's about to fall off. Pull Shiva to Ifrit. Do the usual dance here. Put up some mitigation.
Couldn't possibly happen a third time, right, Ren?
What?
Okay, it didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, these reflection videos They might have a bit of dead air in. I'm just focusing in on what I'm doing at the moment, so apologies for that.
A side, A side, A side.
This is standard, I think. So I decided to refresh I a bit early there. Maybe I could have done a Storm's Path there instead.
Very annoying.
So I'm at 10.7k at the moment, which is okay. It's not terrible, but yeah, we want to optimize as well as possible. In PF, this would be fine, you know, but I do want to try and get as clean as I can, no matter what the group. Hitting a bit of the skyrocket there. Don't mess with the skyrocket. It's amazing. So this is reopener, I believe. So,
Ren, get involved.
no, okay, so yeah, this is where, let me just back this up a bit. This is where stuff went quite bad. So I don't have my inner release, obviously, because I used it before. That's the thing I was trying out. It didn't really work out well. So I've learnt my lesson there not to try and do that next time. But I can answer these issues very easily. I can go out there and look on FF logs and compare to see what other tanks do. It's just that my optimization isn't really complete yet, just because I haven't gotten my 505 weapon. So I do play a little bit safe in places. Obviously not at the start.
Devotion.
Yeah, Reprisal's up for that. That's good. Yeah, this is standard.
I love when Pharaoh pointed right at
So obviously this is all delayed now. So my potion is delayed from the reopener, which is I don't think that's a standard thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Usually most people pot when this boss lands, which I have done historically. But hey, you need to try new stuff, right? I tried a bunch of new stuff. It didn't work out too well. The pass still came out pretty decent. But overall, I know that there are certain things I can do and certain things I can't do. This bit was fairly clean.
that way all the time. Is there like a certain timing for that?
So it goes the LB, ranged LB because we've got no melee.
Isn't it just the tanks don't run as far out?
I would usually have an inner release here if I'm doing my usual stuff. And then this bit, I think in the future, maybe this will, you know, this is 11%. This could probably die before conflag goes out. If we all have 505 weapons, we're still missing 4 505 weapons. And if that's the case, if this boss can go down before conflags, that is obviously going to increase A DPS and R DPS passes. So this bit is just dropping down. Only thing I can do at this bit is Tomahawk, unfortunately. But yeah, I get an inner release in a minute, and that pumps me back up a bit to 10k plus, which obviously helps in high purple. But certainly this is something I tried and it didn't work out too well. But I have the footage there to reflect on it and to know that. So again, I cannot stress enough, record yourselves if you can, look back and take notes. But yeah, I'm going to stop the video here because all I do now is we kill the boss. But yeah, hopefully that reflection helps. Any suggestions people have, I'd be happy to hear them. I am not doing log runs or optimization runs. We clear this once and then we come back next week. So yeah, hopefully I'll get my 505 weapon on Thursday and we can come back next week and optimize. But yeah, 120-second tanks are, no, 90-second tanks are a bit rough on this one. But hopefully this helped, and if you've got any tips, please drop them in. I'll be happy to hear them. But for now, I am out.